Hey guys, some last minute questions. So if anyone's still confused with atomic structure or risky questions are a bit difficult to solve, some last minute practice. Okay, let's start. Okay, an ion X plus has a positive charge, has 23 nucleons and 10 electrons. Okay, what does that nucleus of X contain? Okay, so if it has a positive charge, it has 10 electrons. That means X atom, the atom for element X, should have 11 electrons. That's not how you spell electrons. 11 electrons. So it should have also 11 protons. Okay. 23 nucleons would imply we have no way of finding out neutrons, right, from the earlier information. But we know the nucleon number. We can figure that out. So 23 nucleon number, that's the sum of proton numbers and neutrons put together. So 11 of these are protons. So 23 minus 11 is 12, I think. So you have 12 neutrons. Let's see where that's correct in our 12 neutrons, 11 protons. The answer is C. Okay? Let's move on. All right, there's a lot in this question. This table contains information for 4 different particles. Magnesium, magnesium 2 plus, fluorine, not iron or anything else, fluorine and fluorine minus. So we got to figure out these missing numbers, W, X, Y, Z. Let's figure out if we can figure it out for magnesium. Proton number is 12, number of protons are 12. I mean, sure, they need to be identical. Number of neutrons is unknown, number of electrons is 12. How do we find out the number of neutrons? I think they want us to look at the periodic table, but wait, magnesium 2 plus, number of neutrons are already here. So these two values should match, right? Because over here, the isotopes are matching. So it's the same molecule, same atom, sorry, but with a charge on it. So it's an ion of this particular thing. Okay, so W has to be 12. So we have W, X, Y, and Z. Okay, W needs to be 12. That's certain. Then you have magnesium 2 plus. The unknown is the electron number. Okay, it started with 12, but it has a 2 plus charge. So that means it lost 2 electrons. Nothing to do with protons. Get that out of your head. Nothing. So, all right. So it has 2 less electrons and it starts with 12 electrons. So you got X should be 10 because 2 minus 12. 12 minus 2, right? For fluorine, over here, Y is our proton number, should match the number of protons, so that's easy. It's 9. And fluorine ion, number of electrons, it should have 9 electrons because the fluorine atom has 9, but it has a negative charge. So that's 10. One more. Okay, so it has 10. 12, 10, 9, 10. 12, 10, 9, 10. Let's see where we can find that. 12, 12, 12, 10, 10. I think I was saying it wrong. 12, 10. Yeah, 12, 10, 9, 10. 9, all of this. And 10 in the last one, all of this. B is correct. Right? Easy? Let's move on. A particle contains 34 protons, 45 neutrons, and 36 electrons. What is the symbol correct for this particle? Well, I think it's selenium they're talking about. I'm not too sure. Se there, and that's true for all of them. So let me just not look at this and try to figure out what it is going to be, the particle, right? So it's selenium to begin with. I saw that. Any other number I'm not going to worry about too much. It has 34 protons, so proton number 34. It has 45 neutrons, so the mass number is going to be 34 plus 45. 34 plus 45, that's 39. That's almost, I'm confusing myself. 39, I think 79, right? So that's going to be 79. And it has 36 electrons. So that's 2 more electrons. It has 2 more electrons than protons. That should give it a negative charge. So it has a 2 minus charge. Let's confirm everything. 36 more electrons than protons. 36 electrons to protons. That's 2 more. The sum of this is 79, right? And 34 protons. That's it. Where do we see this? Right here. And if we take a closer look, they're all matching. Oh, we didn't have to calculate this. They're all 79 and 34. They're all 79 and 34. We just had to worry about the charge. So it's 2 minus. ठीक है. The answer is C. 2 minus. How is this ion formed? It has a 2 plus charge by losing 2 electrons. Nothing to do with protons. ठीक है. So by gaining 2 electrons, that would give it a 2 plus charge. That's wrong. By gaining 2 protons, protons do not change. By losing 2 electrons, that does not change. The only correct answer is C. By losing 2 electrons, it gets a positive charge. An oxygen atom contains 8 electrons, 8 protons, 8 neutrons. Oh, 10 neutrons. What is the nucleon number of this atom? Well, the nucleon number, for me to understand, is the sum of proton numbers and electron numbers. So 8 plus 10 is going to be 18. I can't write with the highlighter. 18. And the answer is D. Moving on. Following data may refer to atom to the ion of the same element. Atom or the ion or to the ion of the same element. Sure. Electronic configuration is 288, and that means it has 18 electrons. Nucleon number is 40, and proton number is 20. So that means you have 20 neutrons and 20 protons. And which element is described by this data? I'm going to say argon, but let me open the periodic table. Indeed, by referring to the periodic table, I understand that this element, what we're talking about, is 18. One quick hint is that electronic configuration is given to you. You know where to find this element. It's going to be in group 8 or group 18, right? So we're talking about argon. The answer is A. All right, the symbol for 2 ions are shown. Which statement is correct? Now these statements are little, I don't like them. How they're meant to confuse you, yeah? It's too much information. So the fluoride ion contains more electrons than sodium, so you have to compare and this and that. So this is how I want you to solve the questions like this. On the side, wherever you have time, write this down. Fluorine, negative, and sodium, negative. And make a small table out of it. You know, go all out. Who's stopping you? Electrons, protons, and neutrons. Fluorine ion will have 9 protons, but it has 1 more charge, so that gives it 10 electrons. It has 19, the nucleon number or mass number is 19, minus 9 should give it 10 neutrons. Sodium, it has a positive charge, I forgot to add that. So sodium has 11 protons. Okay, it should have 11 electrons as well, but it has a positive charge, so 10 electrons, and the number of neutrons is same. Okay. The fluoride ion contains more electrons than the sodium ion. More electrons? No, they have the equal number of electrons. The sodium ion contains more neutrons than the fluoride ion. They have the same number of neutrons. The 2 ions contain the same number of electrons as each other. Same number of electrons? Yes, that's true. The 2 ions contain the same number of protons as each other. That just can never happen, right? So the answer is C. Okay. C for chemistry. Moving on. A student is given only the nucleon number of an atom. What can be deduced about the structure of that atom? Nucleon number of that atom. Number of neutrons plus the number of protons? I'm gonna bet my horses on this. I do know the number of neutrons and protons for an atom, jiska nucleon number mujhe pata hai. ठीक है. Number of neutrons only? How would I know that? Like how would I know the difference between like how kitne proton hai kitne? I'm just given the nuclear number of an atom. But if I knew which atom it was, I think that could help. But I don't think the question is that philosophical or that deep. Number of protons plus electrons. Number of protons only. Yeah, I don't think anything's matching aside from the fact that A is my best bet. ठीक है, answer is A.